it was a strange experience of kind of, you know, fiction and fact coming together, you know, and in that way it became this extremely moving experience for all of us. And somehow it transcended, you know, into the work. And I think you know, you, the audience, also caught that. The end, the experience of the end of something new. Anyway.
Hello, anybody care?
We have a question from this gentleman.
Talk to these people over here too. Hi.
Hi there. First of all,
yes, sir.
Thank you for coming all this way just to see us and give us this cool interview. I'm sure everybody will agree it's been out there. The question is,
yes, sir.
The question is, with the obvious support that Babylon 5 still has, do you think there's a chance of them bringing back, I mean, re-resurrecting the Ranger series that was the spin-off, or doing a Babylon 6 equivalent, maybe a mini-series involving some of the smaller side roles, things like that? Do you think that's possible if it came true to the original ethos?
Well, I think it's possible, and I think Joe Straczynski would probably answer that the best, don't you believe?
Exactly.
But
I couldn't say a word about that. I mean, because I'm
my own personal. Yeah, I mean, I said earlier that Star Trek, the reboot of Star Trek, the new movies, I think they're very good. I think J.J. Abrams has done a marvelous job of re-energizing that franchise. I don't know that it can be done in everything. I don't really want to do it again. Because I don't only say it for one reason. I don't want to break anybody's hearts, but it was a time and it was a place and it was the people involved. I don't know that we can recapture that again. That's all I'm saying. We're not really doing that kind of television anymore. I don't know if you could sell it to a TV executive now. Outer space? Who does that? There's no science fiction in outer space anymore.
You know the sentence from The Great Gatsby?
Yes, what is it?
You can't repeat the past.
That's right, that's right.
He says, no, you can, and then he dies.
And then he dies.
And it's a tragic ending, so I don't know if we should...
I don't know, but it would be, if Joe, and it would have to be Joe Straczynski to think up somehow, some way to bring a 90s television series into the 21st century too. The reason we're not in Blu-ray is because we would have to reshoot all of the effects. They can't make a Blu-ray version of Babylon 5, so it's stuck on that flat-looking DVD that we all have and we love. But I would love to bring the technology and really make it better, but they'd have to reshoot all the effect shots because some technical reason I wish I could tell you. That's the only thing I know, and it would be so expensive, nobody wants to do it. It's down to business and money. And think of what they could do today with the modern CGI, with a future Babylon. Perhaps, you know what, I mean, I'm saying this now and then 5 years from now, Joe Straczynski reboots it and like J.J. Abrams did, it becomes a movie.
Some extremely young actors
and
actresses. Even younger actors.
We'll find a Chris Pine type character to play Sheridan. I mean, that's the way they do it.
We have time for one final question over on this side. Switch on right here.
Hi,
yes.
What was your relationship with the other actors like?
Oh, it was wonderful. It really was. We were a big, happy family. For the most part.
Yeah, you know, I mean, sometimes not so happy, but always a family. No, really, it's a rare thing. It actually never happened in my life that I stayed in touch with the actors. And never. I mean, you know, Europe, in ex-Yugoslavia, where I did tons of movies and TV, you know, you always exchange the numbers and addresses and so on, but somehow you move on. I mean, that's our job. That's the nature of this profession, which is both great and incredibly upsetting and kind of disturbing that you're so close and then you
go away.
Go away and it's over. But somehow we continue seeing each other. It's really true.
It's true. There's an interesting, I'll leave you with one little interesting story. It's funny that, you know, when we did not shoot at the Warner Brothers lot. We were distributed by Warner Brothers, but we shot out in an old hot tub factory. They made hot tubs, and it was still called Aquatech out on the front of the building that we did. It was an old factory converted into a soundstage, and no one knew where it was. So we were out in the middle of what's called Sun Valley, way out in the San Fernando Valley. We were away from the movie studios, and guest stars would come. It was like, what news from the outside? Anybody know? You know, it was like we were really on a space station. We were remote. We were out there away from the industry. And so when we'd have a guest star, we'd gather around them and find out what's it like on the outside world.
It was romantic, actually.
Yes, it was.
Although it bothered us at the time, because we didn't feel we were happening, you know?
Yeah, we didn't feel part of the Warner Brothers family. We felt like poor stepchildren that were not allowed to come upstairs to join everybody else. I don't know. That's it for all the questions.
That's all the time we have, but I do believe you have a program you're working on yourself at the moment, Lantern City.
Yes, I do want to include Lantern City. It's in process right now. That's very much, I'm inspired by Babylon 5 in many ways, the structuring of it. It's called Lantern City. Please go to it on lanterncitytv.com and join up as a citizen and then follow. You can see where we are right now. We have I have a wonderful team along with Mira Furlan. Trevor Crafts is my assistant producer. We have a wonderful writer, Matthew James Daly. Wonderful scripts, artwork. We have an alternate world. Anyone here know what steampunk is?
Yeah.
I thought maybe here in Glasgow. It's very much an alternate steampunk world. I don't want to tell you too much about it because I want you to go investigate it for yourselves. But please join up. It's very fan-friendly. We need your support. We need you to join us on Twitter, Facebook, like us, and it helps because that's what they're looking at nowadays, these young executives. And you know, it's I think 2014 is when we're going to see it on the air. So I don't want to jinx it too much. But we've got some very, very good things going on right now, and a wonderful group of actors who wanted to be in the show. It's the other way around. Having to go seek actors. We have actors seeking us out. But also I want to add one thing. The steampunk community is a maker community. We are actually embracing the fans who submit if they are wardrobe people, prop makers. We're actually embracing them to please send us your designs, your ideas could be used in the series. We want to give it a very unusual look because steampunk is a very sort of, it's left up to the imagination. You know what it is when you see it, but everybody has their own interpretation of it. That's what's wonderful about it. Ours is a very specific interpretation of that world. And so please go to lanterncitytv.com, sign up, and please take a look and see what you think and let us know. Please, we'd appreciate it very, very much. Television series are not just put in a blender and they come out made, or in a toaster. It takes years of development, and be patient, and we'll be there, okay?
Ladies and
So I
gentlemen,
thank you.
please join me giving a massive thanks from Glasgow to our
Thank you.
panellists, Bruce Boxleitner and Mira Furlan.
Yeah, it's just some to things within a walk.
Right, up next we've got the man who is faster than the hand of the king. I am referring, of course, to Mr. Warwick Davis. And if you like to